What's up, guys? Bank. Big bank here. So here's the hickory. I mean, it has a pretty big limb. Right here, that limb alone is probably 40 foot long, horizontal, so it's gonna be a big limb walk. Got to balance it. Lots of limbs jetting out. So, and then there's the dead white oak here, which isn't as big. It's about 60 foot. I mean, yeah. So these hickories are tough trees, guys. We're gonna use the zigzag today. And a funny story, we took out trees here before, big ones. Several big maples here, and I actually dropped a big tree on this fence right here and took out like one railing on it, like one section. But we knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen, and I told the guy that we shouldn't cut it. Well, I told the boss we shouldn't cut it, that we needed to strip it out, rope it down. But they wanted to drop it, and they thought we could get it in here because the tree was like right here, and it was leaning so hard this way. Like the only way like we would be able to get it here was if we would have had a guideline going 90 degrees this way, but we couldn't. There's nowhere to put it, so we were pulling from the driveway, and it ended up breaking, and it went up here, and the tip of it just got one of these sections. But this hickory should be cool because it has a nice high center tie-in point. So I'm not even going to use the rope, the balancing rope. I'm just going to strap everything and get her done.
Done different?
Yeah, how did that fence get broke?
You cut the tree and it hit the fence. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Were you instructed to cut that tree down that way?
Yeah.
By who?
You. If I didn't cut it, would you have cut it?
Hell yeah.
You think it would have went good if you cut it?
No. I thought we had a pretty solid plan though.
It was just rotted and it had too much lean. Like, we needed a full line up like that way.
Like a guideline. Like
yeah.
To hold it.
Yeah, but there was no way to do it with the house there.
But I was like pretty confident in the machine that I was going to be able to push it fast enough.
Yeah.
But it just like broke so quick.
Didn't we have a rope on it up here too?
No, I had a pulley with the grinder pulling back that way.
Oh yeah.
To a tree, one of these trees I had it. Be careful with that dead one because
It's dead.
it's really dead.
When you're tying into these crevices here, always make sure this isn't flipped this way. Because if you're around this bolt, what happens is this is moving. It can actually unscrew that bolt. And I mean, it depends which way you put your rope. Like I go left to right, so I would actually be tightening it. But most people go right to left, and you would actually be loosening it by doing like that, you know what I mean? So this tree that I smashed the fence with here, it was a big, hard-leaning maple tree, but it was super rotted inside, and there was no way of telling until we started to cut. I made the notch. We had the skid steer pushing it, plus we had a rope through a pulley trying to use it as a guideline, pull it, and as soon as I started that back cut, I cut like an inch of wood. That sucker broke off. I mean, I had a good like 12 to 15 inches of holding wood still when that thing broke. It didn't matter what we did. Like, that's just a tree we should not have even tried to fell it. Realistically, the only way we could have felled it is if we had a guideline that was like 90 degrees, but there's nowhere to put it because of the house. So it was just dumb. We were rushing. Boss's cousin or something is like one of the head guys at the fencing company, so they came and just put a whole new section in. Wasn't that big of a deal. So guys, here for this first pick. Sometimes I'll have them set me up in a top where I can tie in. Other times it's like I can just set a strap, like he can set me on a limb somewhere. I'll set the strap. I'll go down, make this cut, and while he's taking this to the chipper, I will go tie in. The question is, with all these leaves, I can't really see where the butt of this is to judge where its balancing point is, and I'm only going to use one strap on this. I'm guessing it needs to be somewhere in here. This hickory's actually pretty heavy, guys, so with all the leaves. So I'm going to put it out further. If it ends up butt heavy, it'll be okay, because we're up high enough here that we don't have to worry about the butt going down into anything. Okay, so now make sure my saw hook's locked so it can't come off. Now the hard part about this is I'm only 150 pounds, well, like 154 or whatever, and that crane ball is 150 pounds. So right now there's no tension. Even if there was tension with the cable, that ball will actually pull me around, so it's hard to limb walk when tied into it, because like you can see it moving around. So another thing that makes it difficult is I don't have no height. So right here it's not bad, but once I get back another 10 feet or so, it's gonna be more difficult. And I got all these stupid suckers in the way. Definitely do not want to come off this limb though, because if I do, I'm going to be hanging way out underneath it where I can't get back to the tree. And this rope is only 120 foot, so I may not even have enough to be able to get down to the ground if that did happen. I mean, you can see I don't have much rope left now. So, guys, what I'm gonna do, This hickory bark sucks, guys. Okay, so well, I'm just gonna tie in at this crotch for now. I'm gonna go down and make that cut, and then I'll go way up there and move my tie in where to a more specific spot where I can work the whole tree out. But right now, what I need to do is get this limb off for them so I can get those guys working. And that way, instead of them waiting on me to go up there and tie in, I'll go tie in while they're getting this limb down, and I'll be waiting on them opposed to them waiting on me. And it just makes everything faster. Okay guys, I don't know how that view is gonna be on that second camera. Usually the first cut I make will always just be a head camera because I got to get those guys working, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need them waiting for me to set cameras up. But since this tree had a limb right there conveniently, I set it up on it while I was there. So I really can't tell. I'm betting you this is going to be butt heavy. I can't even see where I put the strap from here, so end up butt heavy because when I was placing the strap, I didn't cut any of the suckers off of the main stem. There's so many leaves and foliage, you can't see down how far this limb is going or how long the butt of it is, so it's real hard to balance them when you can't really see the size of the wood, the taper, and how long it is. But it doesn't really matter. We're so far away from the house with this tree, and it's so tall, like they don't have to be balanced or anything. Plus, he's going to be booming up for strength anyhow because this tree is tall and it sticks all the way out. So for maximum strength, he needs to boom up. So like I said, these pieces don't have to be balanced, and he's going to be booming up for strength. So we're just using one strap here. We're not even really trying to balance them. I mean, yeah, try to do it, but they don't have to be perfect. That there is why it's good to cut the suckers off, so you could judge the piece, because out there I couldn't even see where that piece went or how long it was or anything. But he's nice and straight up and down where he's at, and he's super strong. So these pieces don't have to come off perfectly smooth. We can actually have them pulled away a little or whatever. So sometimes you want them to come off smooth. Other times they gotta pull them away for strength. And this hickory has this real flaky bark that everything just gets stuck on. It's real hard wood, your spikes don't go in. I climb with cool spikes, which makes it worse. It's just hard, it's a lot harder than climbing a different, like a maple or an oak or whatever. Hey guys, we're tied in. I could go higher, but I don't think I need to. now what we'll do is just swing on over here. That. So it's hard to try to judge these with all these suckers, guys. That's why I usually cut them off, but I'm trying to keep these guys busy, and I'm trying not to make too much of a mess down there. I think. Oh, needs to go here. Like I said, this tree, it doesn't really matter as much. Like, I could use the balancing rope and I would get them perfect, but they don't need to be perfect. So that's set. I think that's gonna be pretty good. You guys probably can't tell, but this does have a lean to it, so I want it to be have a little top weight. Stuff is so strong. So strong, guys. For these next several limbs here, I do a pretty good job at balancing them, and I'm using a V-cut. And I'm doing a V-cut because what it does is it does two things. The first thing is it allows you to make the cut, and then you can reposition yourself out of the way or whatever. But more importantly, it allows the tree to still support the weight while it's cut off until he starts booming up. That way, instead of just cutting it off and letting all the weight go onto the crane before he starts booming up, this way the tree's holding the weight until he starts to boom up. That one was perfectly balanced. Knows how he pulled that away though, because you know there's nothing out there. He gets more strength pulling it like that because it's faster. So yeah, that was perfectly balanced. But I have to try to take this which means I have to put these straps a little lower to keep it on that lean. Butt weight down there. These hickories are tough to judge because not only are they super heavy, but they got the brush is really heavy. this is the V-cut. Notice where I'm at here. If I make this cut, I'll be able to just swing right around here so I can hide from it. So I can hide behind this piece. Perfect. So that was good. What happened there? Oh, I missed my cut a little here, but that's not even where I was pinched. I was pinched over here because it's on that lean. It was pushing back into this piece. It was pushing against my saw. So that's the V-cut. You use that on pieces that have lean or tops. I mean, really, you could use that for anything. Mainly, I use it if the piece has a slight lean to it. Sometimes I'll use it for tops. So it's gonna be two separate cuts, guys. So whichever strap gets tight first is the one I'll cut first. This is probably gonna be that bottom one. Then again, this one's so little, I might just cut it and then let him swing over and reposition. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, guys. Want my lanyard under it so I don't have to move it. Once I make this cut, I'll be able to go down and get that other one. Okay, that one's cut. Now what I want to do is get these two bottom back limbs and then we'll take this top out. I'm going to go move my camera one more time. I have one strap, I really need both, but because this has all these limbs shooting out, it's gonna want to slip. So I have to get these super high. So it would be best if I put 2 straps on, but I don't have to. So this is hickory though, so it's nice and strong. If it was any other tree, I definitely need a second one. Well, not any other oak strong too, but here's what I'm gonna do just to make this strap shorter. Titanium cable up. So what would actually be safest for me to do right now, so I know that this ain't gonna do anything weird, would be to cut these couple limbs off right here. But those guys will whine like little babies. So we're just gonna have to take a big chop. Strap on it. I should have put 2, but his crane's all the way out, and like I said, this tree is tall and it's actually down like over the bank there. The crane is up at the top of the driveway, and the crane is still all the way out, and he couldn't reach down far enough to get 2 straps on it anyhow. Plus, like I said, he needs to boom up as soon as I cut this for strength. So this one kind of takes a little bit of a tilt here. It's not too bad, but it doesn't really matter too much here because he's booming up anyhow. As soon as I make this cut, he's booming up for strength, and plus then it's pulling it away from me also. Ideally though, it would have been best to put 2 straps on it so that it wouldn't tilt like that, but I only had 1, and his boom wouldn't have been able to get in position the way it grew. Also, these 2 lower limbs that are sticking out of it, I should have cut those off. Which is why I wanted to cut those couple off. They wouldn't have flipped. Surprisingly, he didn't start pulling on it. I thought he'd pull on it and I'd make my cut from here as he lifts, but guys, look how dead this white oak is. Probably really out far where I have to take them small, but that means I'm gonna have to be up on it where it's super brittle. I mean, this bottom limb has some leaves left, but the tops, they're super dead. Now we're down to the wood, and we're just going to take small logs, and I'm just going to slice them straight off because they're straight up and down. There's no reason to do any other kind of cut. Just cut them right off, and then once they're cut, again, he's going to be booming up for strength, and then once we get this piece short enough to drop it, we just fall it. hickory is tough. Tiny, tiny little piece held on. We're gonna follow this, guys. Makes no sense. Pull the grinder back there or something. decided to do this video in 2 parts. The hickory tree here is part 1, and the oak tree will be part 2. If you guys like the video or want to see part 2, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.